Hey guys, it's your boy Fada here with a SkillAPI plugin tutorial. So let's get started. So first thing first, you want to go to their website at Spigot or on top Curse. First, you want to go download the .jar file. So there's one, and then you want to go to the dependencies and download the mccore.jar file as well. Once you get those two .jar files downloaded, then you want to go to your server. Make sure it is not running, so you want to stop it. Of course, go to the plugins folder, drop down your two .jar files, and then you want to run your server again. So once your server is done booting up and is finished, then you want to stop it again. Yeah, so once you have these folders, once you have the SkillAPI folder, you want to go to it. If there's any players that logged in, delete that players folder if there is. And then in the dynamics area, you want to go here too. If you have classes folder and some skill folders and then some YML files, just go and delete everything in there. Just make sure your dynamic is completely empty. All right. So once that's done, then you want to go back to the SkillAPI plugin page, and you want to go to the overview, and you see robust editor. You want to click that, and then you should be prompted with this. Yeah. All right. Okay, hey guys, so the dynamic editor tool is a tool provided by the SkillAPI plugin creators. It's a tool to help you write down your classes and to create your guys' skills as well. It's a lot more faster than to writing it yourself on top of the Notepad or Notepad++. So I'm going to teach you guys how to create your guys' first class and first skill. So class 1, we're just going to call it human. So name is going to be the name that you call for when you profess into it, and then prefix is the name next to your name in game. So it's going to be human again. You can just type it again if you want. This is the color codes for Minecraft. I'm just going to make it green. If you want to know what the colors are, just go to the Google search bar, type in Minecraft color codes, and you should find your own thing, your own color if you want. Groups, not going to touch it for now. Mana name, just the name of your secondary resource. I'm just going to leave it as mana. You can have things like energy or rage as well. So I'm going to keep that as max level of the class that your class can reach. I'm going to put 10 because, yeah. Parents, you can use this to evolve your class. So let's say you want humans to evolve into an alien class. You can go to make another class called aliens and make the parent human. So when you evolve, it shall be alien or whatever. Yeah. Permissions, you can, this is just for if you have like VIP type of things, you know, if you want this class to be available to VIP members or whatever, or however you want to do it. Maybe this is, yeah, whatever. XP sources, pretty straightforward. Mobs, blocks, break, craft, command, special, yeah, yada, yada, yada. Health, if you didn't know, 1 HP equals to half a heart, so 20 HP is 10 hearts. You can make them gain half a heart every level, I don't know, or maybe a whole heart every level. Each time they level up in their class. Mana. Maybe you want them to gain an extra 5 maximum mana every time they level up. I'm just keep that as is, but for example uses, I shall make this half a heart. And I'm gonna make this 5 mana. Vitality, Spirit, Intelligence, Dexterity, and Strength. This is the, if you're going to use the attributes that's available in the config file, you can go and activate it if you're going to use it. I'm not going to touch them, not important right now. Mana regen, you can also go to the config file and change the interval time of how much mana you gain per second. So I think right now the standard is 1 second, so you can change it to like maybe 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds you gain this much mana. I'm just keep it as 1. You can also do decimals like 0.5 or something. I'm gonna keep it as 1 for now. Pretty straightforward. Skill trees is just a format of when you're looking at your skills. This is, you can change it however you want. I'm gonna keep it as requirement. You can go and test out these ones if you're curious of how those look. Skills, so we'll come back to that later because that has to do with skills. Icon data, icon lore, not really needed right now. They're not helpful. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you guys how to make your guys' first skill. It's gonna be an active one. So first, you want to go to details. So name of the skill. I'm gonna make it AOE skill for us. Type. Basically, this is just for flavor. This is all flavor text. So this will be an active skill. Max level. You can the max level that this skill can reach is 5. Yeah. Skill requirement, you can make skills to require other skills. So maybe I'll put that there. So maybe it requires skill 1 and that skill 1 needs to be level 3 or something in order to use Nova or put any points into Nova. Oh, put that back to nothing again. Alright, permissions, same thing. If you want VIPs to have special access to these, special abilities, even though they're in the same class as someone else, level requirement, this is a level requirement to put any points into this skill. So you can also change how much, maybe they want to gain, maybe they're level 1, but they have like 5 skill points, but in order to put, level 2 into this skill, Nova, they need to be level 2. So it's kind of a way to restrict your people from just spamming it all into one skill. Maybe you have multiple skills, I don't know. Costs, this is how much skill points. Each time you level up, you gain 1 skill point. So you can change the cost of how much skill points it requires to put into one level. So maybe it costs 3 level ups in order to put 1 level up into this skill called Nova. I'm just keep that as 1. Cooldown, this is how frequent you can use your skill. So let's say it's at, say, 5-second, cooldown time, but I want it to, have no cooldown at max level. So I'll just put -1. Make sure you always have a minus for these type of things, because if you put +1, that means when it's max level, it's gonna take 10 seconds in order to use this skill. So -1. Mana, how much mana it costs to use, or to use the skill. I'm gonna use 10. Maybe it should be free at max level. I'm not sure. You can do whatever you want. Cast message. This is basically in the chat. It shall say your name has casted and then the skill name. That's why it has like these parentheses. You can change it however you want. It's all just flavor text. Combos. Not gonna go through it. Not important right now. 2D, don't need that. So icon, when you're looking through your skill book or when you're looking through your skills, this is the visual representation of that skill, so you can change it to whoever you want. I'm just gonna keep it as a standard jack-o'-lantern for now. So icon data, this is if you're using like wool or clay to represent it, you can change the data to change the color if you didn't know. Alright, so down here, in order to make it how it looks like in the video over there to the right, or I should have a cut down, I'm going to do a little flavor text. So unleash a massive energy around if you can, oh my god. And then you want to make sure this part's not too long, or else it'll just go off the screen, just because. Take some testing to like see where it is. So unleash a massive energy around the user, dealing damage. Alright, and then we're going to go and do this actual flavor text. We shall do C, damage, and then this part right here, ATTR, and then these colons, damage dot value. So this part is to show each time you level up, you can see the extra damage that it will do on the next level. This is quite helpful. You can use this for many things. So I'm gonna go to edit effects. Alright, so in order for this skill to work, you always need a trigger. What will this skill activate on? You can do crouching upon death. It can be upon killing someone, landing, launching, physical damage, skill damage, and so on. So this will be a cast skill now. So upon casting, you want to do add child. Upon casting, make sure you always have a target. If not, then it won't do nothing. It'll just waste your cooldown. It'll be on cooldown, waste your mana, and it won't do anything. So your target, it will be an area. The radius will be 5, so in a 5x5 block. And you can also change, every maybe at level 5 it should be like at 10 radius or whatever. You can change that to whoever you want. Group, I only want this to target enemies. I do not want this to go through walls, and I do not want this to hit me either. Max targets, you can change the targets. Just keep it as 99 for now. Yeah. Alright, so upon casting, it will target an area. It will target the enemies within this area. And it shall deal damage. You can find this in the mechanics. Mechanics area, damage. So, I want this damage ability to deal 5 damage. So that's like what? 2.5 hearts. Yeah. It'll gain 1 damage every level. Type will just be damage. Multiplier, percent left and missing. You want to do decimals for them. So if you're going to do multiplier, it shall do, if you do 0.5, it shall do half their entire HP as damage. I'm just keep it as damage. So, 5. Yeah, 5. True damage. So the damage here is actually affected by armor as well. So you can just do true if you really want them to do damage. I'm putting as false for now. Okay, so this icon key, remember this thing over here, ATTR, and then these thingies, and then damage.value. You want to go to the damage mechanic. You want to type in damage as the icon key. So basically what this is calling for, it is calling for this icon key, right, over here that I wrote down, and then I typed in value. So it's going to be calling for this icons key value, which is why it represents the damage in every time you level up. And yeah, as you saw. Okay, so we create our first skill. Wait. We also want to make sure it works, so we're also going to do particle. We're going to just leave it as angry villagers, circle, change the radius to 1 in a 1x1 square, because we don't want it to be spreading everywhere, and only 5 particles, because 20 is like, it's going to destroy your screen. Okay, so upon cast, it will target the area of enemies in a 5 radius. It shall deal damage, and then we can visually see it, Okay. Now, next thing you want to do, you want to go and copy the name of your skill. You want to go back to classes, and you want to go down to this skills over here, and you just want to paste it. If you want to add more skills, you just press enter, type in whatever the skill is. I don't know, like flying or something, whatever. That's how you would add skills to the class. It does not have to be capital, by the way. It is not capital sensitive. Okay, so once you finish all that, you want to go to the top right, press save. Yeah, I'll just save as skills as well. Yes, replace. Alright, so if you actually made a lot, well, you'd be using this a lot, so you might have like a parenthesis and it says like 1 or like 5 or 10 or something. But yeah, anyways. So you want to go over here. So once you have your files, you want to go back to your plugins folder, go to the SkillAPI folder, you want to go to dynamics, and you just want to go and drop your skills and classes. If you have anything like this or something or anything that you want to make sure you delete those. Yeah. So once that's done, then you want to go and run your server, and let's go test it out. And we're back, guys. So if you go and type in class options, you can now see the available classes there that you made, and you can see I have class 2 and I have human. So let's go use that class we just made. So we're going to do /class profess and then human. So as you can see, I am now a human with 20 health for gaining my mana back level over there. If you press tab, you can see in the end game I have human, then mint. So now we're going to go grab our skill. It's going to be /class and skill. Remember that pumpkin head? Yeah. So now it says the type of skill is a active. It requires level 1, costs 1 skill point, costs 10 mana, 5 cooldown, and does all that. Now if you left click it, we grab the skill and we put a level into it. Do you see in the gray area where it says 1 out of 5? So if you can see okay. Alright, so with these nice spiders that help us out, so if we do /class cast nova, you can see our skill is working. If we do it again, oh, it's on the timer. If we do it again, bang. I think they have like 15 hearts, I think. So I have to try to do it again. Bang. Okay, they have a lot of HP. So that's like 5, 10, 15. 15 hearts. There, now they're dead. Cool. Another thing you can do is you can do /class bind and then Nova. So now the skill Noble is now applied to our flower. So if I were to left or right click, I think, then it shall activate the skill. Right click. So if you keep right clicking it, it'll be using our skill. You can also go into the configs file and we can use these skill button thingies majigs. Yeah, so now we know it works. Alright guys, and I guess we shall show you the configs file. Alright, so if you want your skills to always target enemy mobs, then you can set this to true. If you're ever going to have a pet or something like that, and your pet is a, I don't know, zombie or anything, you might want to put this as false. It's up to it's really up to how your server is working. This is whether or not if you want your skills to hit animals as well. So if you make this true, your skills will hit pigs, cows, and chickens, all that. If you have this false, it will not hit them. Player allies. This is whether or not your skills will hit your fellow allies. Even if you have no PvP flags or anything like that, and this is set to true to hit your allies, it will hit them through those no PvP flags. So yeah, take note of that. Classes, this is whether or not you want, if they have no class, if you want to give them like almost no HP, that way they're forced to have a class if you want. This is if you want to enable the attributes. Remember the strength, vitality, dexterity, and strength and all that. Yeah. Level up skill. Yeah, not very important. This is the frequency I was telling you. So 1 is, you know, seconds. So maybe every 5 seconds you gain that mana regen. Skill downgrade. So remember, if you left click on the skill, you put 1 point into it. If you right click it, then you take the skill point back. So this, you can make this true or false if you really want to be evil or not. Items, so you can put lore on your items as well, such as the attributes. So maybe you want to have 10 strength on the item, or maybe you want the item to have a class requirement. So maybe it has to be level 10 or something in order to use that weapon, or you have to be this specific class to use that weapon. So that's what this is for, and that's what this is for, and that's for. GUI, basically, so let's say you have like almost like what, 500 HP, so you just, your entire screen is just, you know, stuck with a bunch of hearts. If you change this old health bar to true, it should only show like 10 hearts like usual. However, it will represent your 500 HP through there. Yeah. So this, you can make, maybe you want your level bar to actually show your, you know, your class level instead. However, with this, it makes enchanting not available, or like maybe the enchantment requires level 28, but you know, your class level is only like 1. So yeah, so that's up to you. Food bar, you can also have this show your mana, you know, as seen over here. It's pretty straightforward. Now this one, this is the, is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, it is. Alright, no, it's not. Okay, never mind. It's not. Hey. Show class name. So the scoreboard, the thing I had to my far right side, that's if you want to have that to show. So just change that to true. Show class name if you want that. Show class level. Pretty straightforward in the config file. If you want to use combos to activate your skills, maybe you want to do left click, right click to activate the skill, you know. Now this one, this is the one that's helpful. basically you can, when you press a slot on your keyboard or on your hotbar, and if you have a skill there, it will activate the skill as shown in the screen, and it would also show the cooldown if you want to. And then yeah, pretty straightforward. This is all pretty straightforward too. Yeah, and that's all there is. I'm not gonna save any of these because I don't want to change it. Okay, I'm gonna close that. Okay, so ending notes. If you're ever going to edit some stuff or add in some more classes or skills, always make sure that you delete the players folder. So you might want to take note of everyone's like level and XP, because they're all gonna have to like respec into their classes again. So yeah, always take note of their stuff if you want, or if you're just testing, you don't need to. Dynamics, make sure you delete everything in here, because you don't want your skills to be overriding each other. Maybe there's some leftover skills from some classes, like maybe the human, this class with Nova, maybe I don't want to have Nova anymore. I'm gonna have like these other skills for it. But if you leave, that old file, you would still have Nova available to that human class. So yeah, make sure you delete those. But yeah, make sure you also delete the numbers, since when you download another one, it's gonna have like, it's gonna say like skills and classes, and it has a parentheses, and then it has 1 or 5 or 10 or whatever. Make sure you delete those. But yeah, okay. If you ever wonder what the skill command or what the class commands are, just do /class, and then you should have all the available commands prompted for you. Alright, this is my plugin tutorial. Okay, ciao.